Hey, hi. So far we discussed about, in our last session about, OSI reference model, and here OSI stands for Open System Interconnection, and it describes, like how the traffic is going from, one computer to another computer. Okay, and we have 7 layers here, each layer performing some specific functionality. Okay, so and then, we have one more model that is called, TCP/IP model. Okay, so a TCP/IP model is more or less similar to OSI model. Only the layers is different. Okay, in OSI we have 7 layers. In case of TCP/IP reference model, we are having 4 layers. Okay, but the functionality like of each layer is everything is same. Okay, so here these 3 layers are performing some functionality. It will be taken care by only one layer in case of TCP/IP reference model. Okay, so like that it goes regarding the TCP/IP model. Okay, now let's go with some different new concept, that is application layer protocols. Okay, so in OSI layers we have 7 layers, right? The OSI reference model. First is
Yeah.
application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer,
Layer,
network
network
layer,
layer,
data link layer, and
data
physical
link
layer,
layer,
right?
physical.
So here, like let's discuss about like one by one. So in presentation layer, we are having some protocols. Okay, so let's discuss about some of the protocols which are available in the application layer. Okay, so and like one of the most widely used application layer protocol is Telnet. Okay, so Telnet is for terminal emulation. So it's nothing but in a simple way we can say, if you want to access something, okay, suppose you are in the organization. Okay, so you are sitting here, okay, in the organization, and you want to access some server. Okay, so if you want to access this server, okay, we use telnet. It's a kind of you open command prompt. Okay, and type telnet, and the server IP address and the port number. Okay, so if you try to perform this, so then you'll be able to connect this is server, and you can do whatever the changes you can do. Okay, so if you want
Okay.
to you are sitting in one location, and if you want to access something which is in different location, it's a different place. Okay, so if so once you connected to that server or anything by using the telnet, you'll be able to log into the server, and you can do whatever the modifications you require. Okay, suppose you are sitting in India. Okay, and your server is like placed in some US. Okay, so you want to do some modifications in this server. Okay, so what you can do, so you can take telnet connection to this server, and you can do whatever the connect modifications you require in this server. That is about telnet application protocol. Okay, so it allows a user sitting on a remote machine to access the resources of another machine. Okay, so user is sitting in this machine and he's trying to access the resources in the other machine, right? So that is about telnet.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, and we have one more protocol that is called FTP. So FTP stands for like a file transfer protocol. Okay, so if you want to transfer any files or directories, okay, this protocol will be used. Okay, so
Okay.
not only the files, directories also. So directory is nothing but it's a folder. Okay, directory is nothing but it's
Okay.
a folder. File is nothing but it's a either document or Excel, something, whatever it is. Okay, so that is the difference between directory and the file. So here by using this FTP protocol, that is file transfer protocol. Okay, so it allows both files and folders, I can say,
Directly.
directories. Okay, and this FTP protocol, it's a TCP protocol. Okay, so TCP, like, it's a transmission control protocol, right? So like we having reliable connectivity. I'll tell you, like when we'll discuss about the TCP and UDP, I'll tell you like what is reliable connectivity, like why it is slow, all these things. But for now, what I want you to remember is that FTP protocol uses TCP protocol for data transfer. Data transfer is nothing but like either transferring the files or directory, it uses TCP protocol. Okay, and it is slow but reliable connectivity. Slow, I mean the data transfer will be slow, but 100% there is a guarantee that the data will be delivered to the destination. Okay, so
Okay.
that is about FTP protocol. So we have one more protocol called TFTP. So it's a stripped version of like FTP protocol. Okay, it's a lower down protocol, we can say, of FTP. Okay, so it's a stripped version of like FTP protocol. Okay, so in case of
Okay.
FTP, we can transfer both folders,
Files and directory.
directories, right? Files and directories. Okay. In case of TFTP, only files can be transferred. Okay, and it's not
Okay.
having directory browsing abilities. It's nothing but it is not having the capability to share the directories or the folders. Only
Okay.
files it can be shared.
Only
Okay.
files can be
Yeah, and one more thing, the difference is TFTP protocol, it uses UDP protocol. Okay, so for data transfer. So in case of UDP, the data transmission will be faster, but there is no guarantee that the data will be reliable.
Okay.
Okay, so FTP is slower but reliable, but
Reliable.
TFTP, it is faster
Faster,
but
not reliable.
not reliable. Okay, why? Because these are using FTP using TCP protocol and TFTP using UDP protocol.
UDP
Okay,
protocol.
so like while discussing like a transmission layer protocols, we'll have TCP and UDP. We'll discuss about there. Okay, so that is all about like what is FTP, what is TFTP. Okay, and its explanation. Okay, so let's move
Okay.
further. So like these are the different protocols which are available in the application layer. Okay, this is one Telnet protocol, this is FTP protocol, this is TFTP protocol, and then next one is we have SNMP protocol also. So here like SNMP stands for Simple Network Management Protocol. Okay, so why this
Okay.
protocol is required? So here like in the organization, okay, this is the organization, and it's having like n number of servers, applications, and many things will be there, right, in an organization. Okay, so
Mhm.
to monitor all these, whatever the resources it is available in the like organization, we need to monitor, right? Because I mean, like we can't suppose you are having an application. Okay, so if you want to check, whether the application is, available or not. Okay, there is no there won't be any downtime, right? In normal
Yeah.
cases. So if you want to check, we can log into application. We can check, okay, it's working or not. Okay. So if you have only 10, yeah, it's possible. If you have hundreds of application or hundreds of servers, okay, where you need to check, if it's working or not, if any issues are there or what. Okay. So instead of logging to each server every time, okay, so it will be very difficult, right? You want to manage all these things. Okay. So that's why we have SNMP protocol coming into the picture to monitor the resources. Okay, so like
Yeah.
we can so like it's a central management server, it is. Okay, so what happened, let me tell you in a simple way. Okay, consider that this is the organization. Okay, so here like a number of resources are there, we need to monitor. Okay, so daily like we are not having the time to monitor all these things while logging in. Okay, so 24 hours no one will be available, right, to monitor if it's working or not. So that's why what they will do, they will keep one device. Okay, so they will establish the communication between all these devices. Okay,
Okay.
so this is called SNMP manager. Okay, so from here we can monitor all the parameters, all the what are the resources we need to monitor, we'll monitor from the SNMP manager. Okay, so
Okay.
it is a centralized system to monitor the resources. Okay, and this manager is also called as NMS, that is Network Management Station. Okay,
Okay.
so just like we are able to monitor the things from here, that's it.
Mhm.
So here while monitoring, okay, so here we have SNMP manager is there, but if you want to monitor these devices, okay, we need to install some agent here, that is called SNMP agent. Okay, so we need to install some software here, that is called
Mhm.
SNMP agent. Like it's not software, I can say, we have to enable that option, we can say sometimes.
Okay.
So SNMP agent can be installed on the resource what we are going to monitor that. Okay,
Mhm.
clear? SNMP
Yeah. Yes.
manager, we have the centralized management server, and if you want to monitor any resource, we have to install the SNMP agent there.
SNMP.
Okay, and here like SNMP protocol, it uses UDP protocol, and it uses the port numbers are 161 and 162. Okay,
Okay.
so here like 161, it is send a request, and 162 is getting the response. So like in the
Okay.
SNMP manager, it will send a request. Okay, what's your status? Everything is
Mhm.
going good or not? Then for with 162, it will reply all good or some issue or there something like that. Okay.
Mhm.
So here like we have one more thing called like management information base. So this simply we can call this MIB, MIB is called management information base. Okay, so this like it's a kind of data table. Okay, it consists of the data. Okay, what another resource we are managing. Okay, information on the resources that are to be managed. Okay, so here like we are, I mean, here we have a number of devices, right? This device
Yes.
information will be stored in SNMP manager only. Okay, that is called MIB table. That is management information base. Okay, so it consists of the object instances which are essentially variables. Okay, so suppose we are managing 10 resources. Okay, so this is a server, this is application or something, it is okay. So with respect to the server, what are the parameters we need to monitor? Okay, server means uptime. Okay, what is the utilization of the server? Okay, so this like different things will come to server. If you take like another server, okay, so here the functionality of the server is something different. Okay, so as per the server functionality, they will define some variables to monitor. Okay, so i- this MIB consists of the data which are related to the information which are monitoring, and the variables also. What are all the variables we are monitoring? The CPU utilization, how much? What is the memory utilization? What is the uptime? Like what is the interface status? All these things it will be managed by using MIB. Okay, so if anyone will ask you what is SNMP, so SNMP stands for like simple network management protocol. It used to monitor the resources in the organization. Okay, and here it's having three components, that is SNMP manager, SNMP agent,
SNMP
and management information base. Okay,
information base.
yeah. So these are the three components which are available regarding SNMP. Okay, and we have different version of SNMP. Okay, so we have SNMP version 1, version 2, and version 3. So let's discuss about that. So here in case of SNMP version 1, okay, it uses like a community string. So we having management manager and resources, right? So if they want to share the resources, they need to authenticate with each other. Okay, so here
Okay.
SNMP version 1 and version 2. So they use some password. Okay, that is called community string. Okay, so here some password will be assigned. So here what happened, this is the agent, right? So we have to add the agent in the manager. While adding, we have to provide the password. Okay, that password and agent password, it should be similar, then only authentication will happen. Okay, so it will use community strings for authentication, and it's a UDP protocol only. Okay, and in case of like SNMP version 2, it's also same functionality. Okay, like similar to SNMP version 1 only, but whatever the community string it is there, it's a password, right? Suppose if I'm using ABC, only ABC will be there. It can't, if anyone want to see that, they'll be able to see. But to avoid that, we have one more concept coming into the picture, that is SNMP version 3. So this SNMP version 3, the community string will be encrypted. Okay, so no one will be able to see that, right? Encryption key. So like SNMP version 3, it uses like a TCP, and like it is more secure than other two versions. Okay, that is about
Okay.
like SNMP version 1 and version 2 and version 3. Okay,
Okay.
clear about SNMP? Are any doubts?
Yes. In SNMP version 1, we have creating passwords and all.
Yeah, creating password in the sense like we can say not say in the organization, but if anyone ask don't we won't tell it's a password. Okay, it's a community
Yeah. Okay.
string. So by using the community string, both SNMP manager and resource will be authenticated with each other.
Okay.
Okay, see suppose you are managing this device, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
here this is the SNMP manager. Okay, this is the SNMP some resource what we need to monitor. So first thing is we have to install uh, like SNMP manager is already
SNMP
available.
agent.
SNMP agent is installed. Okay, once SNMP agent is installed, we have to add this device in the manager. Okay,
Okay.
so suppose like suppose this is SNMP manager. Okay, we need to monitor some sentence servers. So we need to see, right, first one server is server name, and these details it should be there now here. So like
Hmm.
that, all the information we have to add here. Okay.
Okay.
So after the adding, they need to communicate with each other, right? So they will communicate once the authentication will be succeeded between the manager and device. Okay, so that authentication will happen by using the community string.
Okay.
Okay, so here in case of version 1, they will use plain community string. Okay, so they will use plain community string to authenticate with each other. Okay, and here also, like in version 2, it's also community string only, but however, like it uses only UDP in case of version 1. In case of version 2, it can be configured with TCP also. Okay, there's a difference between version 1 and version 2.
Okay.
Okay, and we have version 3 also. So that community string, whatever it's mentioning in case of version 1 and version 2, it's both are related to like plain text. Okay, ABC means ABC only, it won't be encrypted. But in case of SNMP version 3, if you type ABC as a community string, it will be defined to some other language which can't be understandable by the humans.
Okay.
Okay, so that is about like SNMP version 1 and version 2 and version 3.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all for today. One second.
Okay.